Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Monday evening from downtown Fargo. Tonight it's Division Region 1A Volleyball on the air as the Northern Cass Jaguars will tangle with the Grovers here of Oak Grove on homecoming week for the Grovers. I'm Chase Miller. Welcome to our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, where Northern Cass at 7-4 on the season, 1-3 in Region 1 play will battle the Grovers, who sit at 13-5 on the year and 2-2 in the region. For head coach Nick Tice's club, after losing 3 straight, they've won back-to-back matches, including a sweep of Wahpeton on Tuesday. They went to Hillsborough Central Valley on Thursday and defeated the Burros in 5 on their last matchup. After tonight for Northern Cass, they're back in action hosting Lisbon on Thursday, and then the DLB invite over the weekend on Friday and Saturday. While for the Grovers, they're 4-4 in their last 8 matches. They lost on Tuesday in 5 to Valley City in Valley. They came back and defeated Grand Forks Central on Thursday in Grand Forks in 5. After this matchup, they will play at Wahpeton on Thursday. October the 7th, they will host Lisbon, and then on the 10th and 11th, they will play in the Shields invite coming up in just under about 12 days from now here in Fargo. We'll take a quick break on our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back, Region 1 standings, the latest top 5 poll in the state of North Dakota. We'll hear from the coaches. That and more still to come here tonight from Fargo.
In insulation. Now's the time to buy from Ada Building Center, Highway 200 East Edge, Ada.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
This is our Irie Insurance pregame show here this evening from Fargo. Chase Miller with you here on a Monday night. Taking a look at the latest Region 1 standings across Region 1A. The Valley City Highlanders are perfect 5-0. They control their own destiny, and they will host the Region 1A volleyball tournament on November the 10th in Valley City as well. But Valley City right now, the lone unbeaten team here in Region 1A. Kindred at 3-1, their lone loss to the Highliners. Central Cass sits at 3-2, currently third. The Grovers at 2-2 right now. We're just a half game behind Central Cass, and they do own the game in hand as it stands now against the Squirrels if they could beat Northern Cass here tonight. Lisbon and Northern Cass tied for 5th at 1-3 in Region 1 play. Wahpeton 7th at 0-4. It's a double round robin again. You play 12 region contests that'll make up your seeds 1 through 7. Number 1 seed earns a bye into the semifinals. Coming up tomorrow on yourliveevent.com, Valley City travels to Lisbon as the Highlanders match up with the Broncos. Brent Dick will have the call for you on that one. Kindred makes their way south to Wahpeton as they will tangle with the Huskies. And then in a non-region matchup, it's Region 1 versus Region 2 as Central Cass will go up against the Patriots of Mayport CG. Your top 5 poll in the state of North Dakota, a lot of Eastern flavor. Number 1 seed, the Thompson Tommies. The 2 of the Royals of South Prairie Max. Valley City, the 3 seed, with Kindred 4, and Carrington and Oak Grove. They are tied for 5th. So you got 3 teams here in Region 1A in the top 5. Also, Dickinson Trendy, Mayport, CG, and Northern Cass also receiving votes. That's a look at your latest Region 1 standings. Your out-of-town scoreboard coming up tomorrow here for Region 1 competition and the top 5 as well. We come back, we'll dive into the history a little bit more of the Grovers and the Jags. It's ahead of our coaches' conversation. Starting lineups, that and more still to come here from downtown Fargo.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of Fargo-Moorhead and the surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into selling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
Join us for the Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run, Saturday, October 4th at Oak Grove Park. Every step you take supports Grover athletes, providing equipment, travel, live streaming, and more. Register today at GroverAthleticClub.com and be part of the Oak Grove Homecoming Fun. The Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run. Let's go, Grover Nation.
Looking to tackle a big building project or a major fall cleanup? Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro has what you need. 40 dumpster roll-off boxes that are on hand, ready for rent. Need building materials? They'll deliver everything you need for your project and bring the dumpster at the same time for maximum convenience. If it's time for fall cleaning, rent a large dumpster and clear out your space with ease. For rentals of your dumpsters and building needs, your one-stop shop for your projects, Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As an American Family Insurance agent, Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowner's insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Going back over the series matchups here between Northern Cass and Fargo Oak Grove. Most recently, last year here in Fargo, the Grovers defended home court in a thriller in 5 sets back on September the 5th of 2024, in which Oak Grove won in 5 sets. In 2023, Northern Cass won at home in Hunter in 4 sets against Oak Grove, and then in 2022, Northern Cass swept the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. That's just the last 3 years in which these teams have faced off against one another from the regular season. Northern Cass 2-1, but Oak Grove most recently won in 5 sets. And that's been a developing theme here in Region 1 volleyball when talking with the coaches. If you're going to earn a sweep, you're probably going to earn it 27-25, some extra volleyball, 25-22. You're not going to see a lot of volleyball matches that go 25-10, 25-15 as an example for a set. And much the better yet. If you're a fan, you get to see these teams play each other twice and then possibly a third or fourth time, depending on how that regional and then who qualifies for the state tournament as well. Just as it's been in prior years for basketball, you're going to see it here the first season in volleyball with the qualifying matchups, and you could have more than just one team from the region. You could have 2, if not 3 teams here from Region 1A make it to the Bismarck Event Center here for the state tournament. Northern Cass 12th matchup of the season. Back in 2024, last year, 24-12 overall, lost to Weimar Lidgewood in the Region 1 quarterfinals in Kindred. While for the Grovers, coming off the Region 1 championship from last year in Kindred, going 24-13 overall, finishing 6th place at state, losing to Kenmare Bowbells in 5. Also, Angie Johnson, the head coach for Northern Cass, is now the head coach for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers in her first year at the helm. And also coming down from the Magic City area is Nick Tice from the Jags as he makes his way here as a first-year head coach for the Jags. We'll talk with both of them next on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance for our coaches conversation. One of the starting lineups and the opening serve here in Fargo.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
On our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Northern Cass makes the trek down to Fargo tonight for a date with the Grovers. Join us here from Northern Cass's perspective as Nick Tice, their first-year head coach for Northern Cass. This interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Nick, it's always that time of the volleyball season where we kind of get to the quote-unquote dog days, so to speak, end of September, early part of October. Still over a month to go before you get to the postseason. What's the one thing you want to see from your club as you turn the calendar over to October here for the rest of the year?
I think I just want to see him be able to battle through like the highs and lows. We kind of had that, that week where we didn't win a set, and so it just felt like we watched a lot of stuff drop and we couldn't quite get rhythm. And then into last week, coming back with a reverse sweep, we finally, with that fight came back that we'd started our season with. So seeing him do that, I think we play like in a 10-day stretch, probably 6 or 7 days with a couple double-day tournaments. So it's definitely going to wear on us. So mentally, we just got to stay tough and trust each other and trust the process.
What's the one thing, back-to-back wins that you've had on the court that you hope to carry over tonight against the Grovers?
I think just the positive energy. Like, we had a lot of fun in Wapaton, we had a lot of fun in Hillsboro, and I think just to see the smiles and the happiness and the energy and maybe that confidence to come with it.
As you take a look at Fargo Oak Grove, what's going to be a challenge here later tonight in a Region 1 matchup?
There are a lot of depth in their hitting. They can score in a lot of spots. Their outsides are obviously strong. Their middles look strong on film. So they've got depth. They were the region champs last year. So I think in a lot of people's heads, they're kind of a favorite in that way. And so we have to, again, weather that storm and just be confident that our abilities can get the job done.
When you look at the Grovers and the Jags, what have you heard from your perspective? What have you seen across the state? I know, talking with some folks, this has always been a good rivalry. Football, they used to play for the I-29 trophy until Oak Grove, co-opted with Shanley here. So what is just a rivalry match from a coach's perspective entail here when especially you're on the road?
I've heard a lot about like just how loud or different atmosphere it can be here, and it's going to be competitive. Obviously, they're going to bring a lot of fans because it's right here, and so that energy that you can feel, it's like a small town gym in a big place in a big city of Fargo, so definitely can get a bigger crowd when you have that, and then our fans, it's not too far, so a lot of kids and families were excited for this one too.
As you move forward here, Nick, how do you think the girls and just the program has acclimated? Maybe something that's a little bit different or taught a different way, or maybe you use offense in a different way than has been here before. How do you just think the girls have been able to acclimate with you from, the summer to where we are now here at the end of September?
Offensively, I think our middles, I've changed a lot. Like we move the ball more around the net for them just to try and give them different looks. I think we can see it in both Faith and Natalia. They really like it. Nat ran a lot of threes in Hillsboro and really opened up the court for the rest of our hitters. Defensively, I made a few changes, a little bit more in the last week, so we're going to see how that goes.
And Nick, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here tonight against the Grovers and moving forward throughout the rest of the week.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And again, Nick Tice, the head coach for Northern Cass, will continue on our pregame show. This interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency.
Visit the new Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro. They have everything you need. Explore our large selection of quality hardware and building materials, perfect for every project. Inside, you'll find Valspar paint to brighten your home, top-of-the-line Milwaukee and DeWalt tools for every job, plus all the essentials for a successful harvest. Flashlights, glass cleaner, paper towels, scrapers, grain shovels, and more. Make your next stop Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
As we continue on our IRE Insurance pregame show here. As we continue on our pregame show here today from Oak Grove on our IRE Insurance pregame show here tonight. This interview is brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Joining us here is Angie Johnson, head coach for Fargo Oak Grove, as they welcome in Northern Cass on homecoming week here for Oak Grove. Angie, let's just kind of start there. Always fun when it is homecoming week, coming to the school to see some decorations and stuff. Early part of homecoming week on a rare Monday night volleyball region contest. So just what's your thoughts as a coach when you get to a week like this of festival activities, so to speak, across the school?
Yeah, there's just a lot of good energy in the building. I think, like you said, there's decorations up. The girls painted some homecoming jeans and overalls and jackets and stuff yesterday. So we've just been enjoying spending time together and just kind of team bonding over the last couple days.
As you get to this part of the season, the quote-unquote dog days of the volleyball years, you go from October here in just a few days. You're still a month and change out to the regional volleyball tournament. Biggest thing that you want to see from your team to this point, where you've seen a lot of volleyball early on in the month, is what, Angie, as you turn the page over to October here?
I think we've really been working on limiting our mental errors. I think making sure that if we make a mistake that we can fix it right away and move on from it and just be able to stay together as a team and work together just to get those easy points.
I know anybody that has played or has coached in a certain school district, now you're going up against them is always a unique thing, particularly the first time you're going up against a former club that you coached here, Angie. So just what's the emotions or what's the anxiety? Just what is it as a coach going up against a team that you've been there for many years and obviously had a ton of success winning some championships as well?
Yeah, I think it's just fun. I get to see, Jamie, the JV coach. Her and I are really good friends, so it was good to see her, meet her little baby that she just had, and it's just always a fun atmosphere. I think Oak Grove and Northern Cass has always been a little rivalry, and then you add in the homecoming, so it's just a little bit extra energy in the gym. As you go into this time of the year, what do you want to see as a coach when you're going to start seeing the Valley Cities and the Central Cass is the second time around? First time you see Northern Cass here in the regional, Angie, but what do you want to see from your team once you do get to a part two, so to speak, later here in October? I think just our ability to make changes and recognize who we're playing. We've had some pretty tight matches. Obviously, I think this one's going to be tight again. So learning throughout the match, and then as we see them again, making sure that we're learning from the different things that we did in the first match and then trying some new things in the second match. Final thing for you, Angie, taking a look at what a Coach Tice team here for Northern Cass, is it similar to what you've maybe done, or is there a different style of play so far from what you've seen on film and just seeing them in that Northern Cass tournament early on in August as well? Yeah, I think, Nick has always been a really successful coach, and from what I've seen, they like to run some quicker stuff to the outside, and Marley on the right side has been really good for them. So just making sure we know where they're at and making sure we get two blockers up on them and play some good defense. Angie, it's always good to see you. Best of luck here tonight against Northern Cass. Thank you. And again, Angie Johnson, head coach for the Grovers, will continue with more after this. This interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Four-time
top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment. That again is our pregame coaches conversations, brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency, your auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance agency that watches side at your business. Go to djcoulter.com. We're back with the starting lineups and the opening serve here in downtown Fargo. That is next.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Common doesn't do the extra reps. Common doesn't push the limits. And Common doesn't do all of that before the sun is up. We work harder than anyone else when no one is watching, so that when everyone is watching, we're ready to answer the call. Discover your uncommon side with the North Dakota Army National Guard.
And this does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance here on this Monday evening as we welcome you into downtown Fargo as we'll take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visitors of Northern Cass, head coach is Nick Tice. 7 wins, 4 losses on the season, 1-3 in Region 1 play as they will go up against the Grovers at 13-5 on the season, 2-2 in Region 1 play. Head coach for Oak Grove is Angie Johnson. First matchup on the year here between Northern Cass and Oak Grove. Also, it's homecoming here for the Grovers. After the second set, they will recognize their homecoming court here this year. We will let you know about it once we get to that point. Northern Cass in their black attire, the gold numerals outlined here tonight. Well, for Fargo, Oak Grove in their white uniforms with the maroon numerals, as they'll go like this. Northern Cass here for Tess Jalbert here for the senior libero. Also in the starting lineup will be Carly Ryder, the junior outside hitter. From there, Marley Wilner, the junior, will also be part here tonight of the starting lineups. You can use Wilner both from a opposite or a setter spot. Natalia Gietzen, a really good senior middle hitter. Nick Tice talked about her on the pregame show a little bit. Olivia Olson, Liv for short. Liv, the senior outside hitter. From there, Faith Fury, a junior middle hitter, Fury a junior, and then at center is Emma Hovdenis, a senior setter here tonight here for Northern Cass. Again, the Jags will go with Jalbert, Ryder, Wilner, Geetson, Olson, Fury, and Hovdenis here for the Jags. Head coach is Nick Tice, winners of back-to-back matches. From there to our Irie Insurance pregame show here for the Grovers, as Fargo Oak Grove here has gone win one, lose one, win one, lose one, and so forth, as they're 4-4 in their last 8 matches here on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. The Grovers, they'll go like this, and the starting lineup is a senior defensive specialist at 5'5" is Aspen Jost. From there, a junior center at 5'9", she is Rachel Christensen. Taya Rosted, a senior middle blocker at 5'8", Rosted, again a senior. Also going to be in the back row, the libero here tonight, or libero, in Lyndon Broneski, the 5'3" junior. You will see Callie Wisegram, the junior middle blocker at 5'10", also in the lineup here for a junior in Wisegram. Elena Foster DeVold, a junior outside hitter at 5'11" here for Elena. And then Addison Hunt, Addie, the sophomore, at 5'10". So again, Jost, Christensen, Rosted, Broneski, Wisegram, Foster, DeVold, and Hunt here for Angie Johnson and the Grover Club. That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all, from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to Irie's website. That is IrieINS.com for Irie Insurance to get a free quote. Start today at IrieINS.com. We come back. It's the opening serve between the Grovers and the Jags to open up another week here on YourLiveEvent.com.
When you think about North Dakota State College of Science, don't think about college. Don't think about desks. Don't think about buildings. Don't think about our expert instructors or our high-tech classrooms. Think about that new pickup you'll soon be driving. Think about decorating your first apartments. Think about that great job that's already waiting for you. Then, think about how you'll be doing all of those things in just 2 years. North Dakota State College of Science, the smarter way to college.
At Northern Cass, we believe every learner has the power to change the world, and we're here to help them do just that. That's why we're not your average school district. We deliver a world-class education built on trust, authentic relationships, and bold, innovative practices that prepare learners for whatever path they choose. From our passionate educators to our close-knit community, everything we do is rooted in purpose, connection, and a belief in every learner's greatness. Come see what makes Northern Cass a place where learners thrive, both in and out of the classroom. Learn more at northerncasschool.com.
As we get you set here for high school volleyball, and we put a bow on the month of September tomorrow for more volleyball action. Go to YourLiveEvent.com for a complete schedule throughout the Red River Valley in Minnesota and North Dakota. And then we turn the calendar over to October. We'll keep you apprised of state golf in Heart River here today and tomorrow as well. Opening serve on the way for Tess Jalbert at 7:23 on a Monday night. Region 1 volleyball between the Jags and Grovers is underway. This one will be pushed across here by Oak Grove. Northern Cass, they will set to the outside. Here's a right-handed swing on the way by Ryder, which is blocked. Nicely done on the way by Wisegram on the outside. As the Grovers are able to put up a double, they earn the opening points here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Service for Broneski, a knuckler that floats across the net, then a little miscommunication as this will be down for a point. It's 2-love here for Oak Grove. As Linden on the serve, just able to knuckle that one across. As she will have another chance. Will go short. Jalbert, this one to Geetson, and two really good serves makes it 3-0 in favor of the Grovers. So a good start here from an Oak Grove perspective to get out in front. Back-to-back matches from last week. They went 5 where Grovers went 1-1. This one into the net. First service error of the night for either club, and we'll see Northern Cass back to the service line for the second time here early on in set number 1. As they will come to the service line here, Macy Murch. Murch, the senior setter, part of the 6-2 rotation here for Nick Tice this season. Back right corner, Grovers will help this one out. Foster to Vold, able to get that one through the block. Nice dig by Tess. Free ball over here on the way there by Olsen. Christensen set outside. Elena resets, partially blocked, but eventually gets the point. That one off the hand of Johnson, and Elena gets her first kill of the match. It's 4-1. As the serve will be coming on here for the Grovers here with Molly Welsh. Welsh onto the service line here for the sophomore at 5'10". To Jalbert, this one bumped. Free ball, a crossover by Johnson, but it goes right back on the Jag side. A chance to use it. Where will they go? Geetson able to get that one over the double and eventually will earn the point. 4-2 in favor of Oak Grove. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. Service on the way here for Northern Cass with Reese Lavig. Lavig with the running jump serve. Foster Devold with the dig. This one gets set to the outside, and Christensen trying to put that one across. Unable to do so. It's now 4-3. As a serve will be upcoming again for Lavig. Lavig, the senior, back to the service line, trying to tie this one up early at 4 apiece in set number 1. Goes to Broneski, back set, Foster to Volt, cross court, in for the kill. Nice little transition game on the way for Fargo Oak Grove as they take the point. It's now 5-3. Service here by the aforementioned Elena. As Foster to Volt, the junior, onto the service line here. Grover's up by 2. Back right corner, Lavig will be tight. This one set. Geetson able to push it across on the third. Welsh set. This one pushed across here by Oak Grove, and Lavig unable to play it off the net as Middle was able to get that one across, and the Grovers have extended their lead back up to 3, matching their largest here early on when they led 3-0. Foster to Vold back to service line into the net. Second service here of the set so far from a Oak Grove perspective. Northern Cass will say thank you, and they will head to the service line with Geetson. Fury back up front with Johnson here for the Jags alongside Olsen. Geetson with the serve. Broneski will play this one. Foster to Vold with the bump to the outside. Up and over on the attempt there by Middle. Here comes Northern Cass. Olsen over the double. Broneski, but we have a net violation on Oak Grove. It's 6-5. As Geetson back to the service line for the Jags. This is their 12th matchup of the season, or 12th match for the Grovers. Already match 19. First service there for Northern Cass. Both teams will be kept busy in weekends to come, where Northern Cass makes their way to the Deluxe Burlington Invite on Friday and Saturday with matches against Thompson, Park River, Watford City, and New Rockford Cheyenne in their pool matchup. As the Grovers give the serve right back. While for Fargo Oak Grove, they will play in the Shields Invite starting on October the 10th and the 11th here in Fargo. Service here for the Jags. This one will be by Emma Hubdenis. Hubdenis to the service line. That one will be back left corner. Good spot by Emma. And Broneski with the back row attack to the opposite libero in Jalbert. Outside, this one up and over by Olsen. Back bump. Right-handed swing by Middle, cross court. Lavig is there with the dig. This one comes over on the double on the swing by Wilner. Grovers to the middle. This one will be out of play. We're knotted at 7 apiece. First tie of the opening set. Northern Cass is looking for their first lead here in set number 1. Back to the service line is Hubdenis. Back left corner. Welsh back set. This goes to Christensen, and that'll be a kill. Rachel Christensen gets her first kill of the match, and the Grovers have a 8-7 advantage. Take a look at these two teams. They've pretty much been what Region 1 was all about here when it came to the old 2-class system, as this would be the 4th service there here for the Grovers. Tied at 8. Northern Cass with 6 state tournament appearances, as they were champs of the region multitude of years. As this will be a nice dig by Olsen, tied at the net, kept alive by Fury. Back to the Grover side, back set. Here's a swing by middle, and that'll be out of play. Went between the post and the head official here. Point will be won by Northern Cass, and they indeed will take the lead. It go back in 2018, 2021, 2, 3, and 4 they made it to state. All 3 state tournament appearances for the Grovers in 2019 and 2024. Most recently as Fury earns a block. They face first one of the night, and the Jags take a 2-point lead here in set number 1. Service for Northern Cass, back left corner. Christensen will set middle. This one partially off the side block of Carly Ryder, and that's a nice swing here for the Jags by Wilner. Wilner with the point, 11-8, Northern Cass. Now for the Jags, they've rattled off 4 consecutive points on that Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. They lead by 3 here in set number 1. Olsen with a good run right now at the service line is Liv. Back left corner. This one will be set middle. Tess Jalbert keeps it going after the swing by Wisegram. Olsen unable to get across as it's going to be 4 and a side out here for the Grovers. These 2 teams again in what was the old Class B, either Northern Cass or Oak Grove, made it every year to a state tournament since 2018. And both will try to keep that streak moving in terms of state tournament appearances here in Region 1A this season. Push across, that'll be off of Christensen, and a nice spot here for Northern Cass Wilner. As Northern Cass just about halfway home here in set number 1. As a serve will be upcoming here for Tess Jalbert as they work their way around the rotation here in the first. Christensen to the outside. Foster to Vold with the hammer. Elena with her 3rd kill to match to lead the floor, and Oak Grove gets it right back on their side, trailing it here by 2. Northern Cass back in action on Thursday on yourliveevent.com as they will welcome in the Lisbon Broncos. Get on out to Northern Cass High School or watch it live on yourliveevent.com on Thursday. Northern Cass, they will back set. There's a block by Rosted after the swing by Wilner. This one able to get across. Christensen dump opportunity, but we're going to see a double. Double here by Christensen. Point will be awarded here to Northern Cass. It's 13-10. Both teams with both of their timeouts remaining. While for the Grovers, they'll be back in action Thursday at Wahpeton. Next time Oak Grove is on your live event, October the 7th, hosting the Lisbon Broncos. Service here by Northern Cass by Murch. Christensen outside, Foster to Vold on top of the block. Nice dig in the back by Olsen. Here comes Ritter down the line. No touch on a play. Hit the ribbon, but not a hand of a Grover. Makes it 13-11. As Welsh will come onto the service line. Here for Oak Grove as they trail it by 2. With the running jump serve, Olsen is there. This one helped out, and eventually free ball over across on the 3rd. Where will the Grovers go? Welsh set middle. Rosted going to be blocked by Ryder. Here's another attempt outside. Foster to Vold, blocked by Geetson. Pushed across eventually. As now for Northern Cass, back set tipped. Here goes Broneski with the sprawn attempt. 50-50 ball won by Rosted. Northern Cass set outside. Here goes Ryder up and over. Foster to Vold, unable to make the good pass. And oh, what a rally here by both teams. Carly Ryder with her 1st kill. 14-11, Jags out in front, and partially because of the block party. Able to get not 1 but 2 quality blocks. Service here for Northern Cass. Reese Lavig goes to Broneski. Tight. Welsh set. Rosset with a little tip. Kept alive. Northern Cass will up and over on the 3rd. Broneski's pass goes to Christensen, who saves it while nearly going to the first row. But the passing just not crisp enough, and Angie Johnson wants a timeout. We'll break with them on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Northern Cass up by 4.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank Community Bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here in downtown Fargo, Northern Cass up by 4, 15-11. Timeouts brought to you in part by Bank North. They've been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers, communities build, grow, and prosper. For more information or to find a branch near you, visit banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Northern Cass with just some really good scrappiness there for head coach Nick's Tice Club. Able to earn the point now. Take the largest lead for either club here in the first set by 4. Lavig gets this one over as it comes right back on the bump there by Welsh. This one up and over the double block as it hits a speaker. Welsh keeps alive. Foster Vold, free ball over. Tesh Jalbert set here by Northern Cass. Skeets in. Was it deflected? They're asking for it. Yes, it was, and Natalia earns the point. It's 16-11. Northern Cass is in rotation right now as they will continue to serve here with Reese Lavik. Up by 5 is Northern Cass. Lavik into the middle, Broneski to Welsh. This one set middle, tipped on the way by Rosset, covered nicely by Lavik. Backs on the way. Here comes Lauren Johnson. Welsh set to the outside. Foster Devol gets it across. Skeetson with the block, then pushed right back over by Taya Rosted. 16-12. If you like some action, this one has had a good back and forth to it early in set number 1 as Foster DeVold only making her way to the service line. Elena to Jalbert with the pass. This one will be set by Murch. Back set to Johnson. Oh, what a dig by Elena. Bumped across. Here goes Middle with the tip, but we have a net violation by Middle coming into the net. 17-12, and quickly the Jags earn the side out, and right now, like a python, just slowly putting their grip on this first set. Service for Geetson, back left corner. Grovers with the bump. Here goes Rosted with the tip. Covered by the Jags. Olsen to Geetson, gets it across on the third. Christensen, Welsh, back set to the aforementioned Christensen, and that'll be 4. Unable to get across. It's 18-12. One timeout already taken here by the Grovers. But Northern Cass right now able to put the pressure on Oak Grove, putting the ball over across a good taunt. Foster DeVold with the pass to Welsh. This one's set to the outside middle with a good swing. Unable to get that across. It's now 19-12 Oak Grove. Down by 7 here against Northern Cass. Northern Cass in search of win number 8 of the year. The Grovers looking for win number 15. Geetson with the serve to Elena. Welsh quickly. Rosted able to get that over the double, then eventually kicked here by Olsen, but the point will come down regardless for the Grovers. Now Oak Grove will need to get a good 3-4 point run to put some pressure on Northern Cass, and if you're Northern Cass, look for the quick side out and put the pressure right back on the Grovers side. As Sophia Geiger onto the service line here for the 5'6 senior. Homecoming week for Oak Grove. Tess Jalbert will see this to the outside as it comes across there by Olsen. Quickly, here's a right-handed swing by Middle, just missing the back right corner. A point will be down here for Northern Cass. They're 5 points away from taking the opening set here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. As for Northern Cass, they will make their way to the service line here for Emma Humdenis, as Humdenis to serve for her second stint. Welsh set, Christensen push across, trying to get the pancake there, but the point will come down here for Christensen. Her second kill, it's 20-14, and quickly the Grovers head back to the service line. As the aforementioned Christensen here, the junior at 5'9", to serve. As this will be to Tesh Jalbert. Set, blocked. 50-50 joust. Going to land on Northern Cass' side, but we might get a double or a lift, and it will be a double. It's 20-15. I was able to see in the lineup here for the Grovers, Addison Hunt, Addy in the front row. For Northern Cass, Wilner, on that outside. Here's a dig, the pass unable to get across, and Nick Tice wants a quick timeout here. We'll take a break with them on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Grovers down by 4 against the Jags.
Join us for the Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run, Saturday, October 4th at Oak Grove Park. Every step you take supports Grover athletes, providing equipment, travel, live streaming, and more. Register today at GroverAthleticClub.com and be part of the Oak Grove Homecoming Fun. The Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run. Let's go, Grover Nation.
Here today on YourLiveEvent.com, broadcasting from the Hunter Insurance Agency broadcast booth here this evening. Hunter Insurance Agency, dedicated to providing you the best support for your insurance from crop to hail, farm, commercial, and more. For more info, go to HunterInsuranceAgency.com. That again is HunterInsuranceAgency.com, or get in touch with Johnny Jorgensen and the crew at Hunter Insurance Agency. Northern Cass up by 4 here as it's getting late in set number 1. Christensen across the nets. Fury trying to play this one, but eventually will run underneath and into the net. So nice looking serve here by the Grovers as they've rattled off now 4 consecutive points. And here goes Christensen. Christensen to Olsen. This one set to Hovdenes. Eventually pushed across. Broneski plays it. Christensen near side. Here goes middle for the kill. Off the side of the block from Wilner. And clear middle with her first kill of the evening. And the Grovers down by 7 are back within 2. Christensen, good serve. Tess Jalbert with the dig to the outside. This will be the kill. Marley Wilner off the side of the double earns the point, and Northern Cass back to the service line. But Christensen did what she needed to do, put a rally together here from the Grover perspective. Olsen to the service line as she does. This one off the hands of Geiger, and the point 22-18, and a timeout here for head coach Angie Johnson. Olsen able to earn the point there for the Jags. We'll break with them here in set number 1.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. To find our branch or location near you and to better serve you, check out Bank North's website at banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So Oak Grove out of timeouts here in the first. Northern Cass will have one if needed remaining. Olsen back to the service line after just coming off of an ace. Christensen set to the middle. That's going to be a nice quick transition to Wisegram. She earns the kill. For the Grovers, they've got 5 different players with at least 1 kill here in set number 1. Northern Cass up by 3 and 3 points away to take the first. Jost to the service line. Tess with a nice pass. This one comes to the middle, blocked after the swing. Here's a chip by Ryder, though. And Carly Ryder quickly played it back to the Grover side for the kill. It's 23-19. As Jalbert back to the service line here for Tess. As the Jags up by 4. Tess to the serve. Broneski, this one going to be right to Gateson for the kill. Natalia, get up, 24-19. Broneski with the dig, but on a silver platter, set up Gateson, and it's a set point here for the Jags. Jalbert with the serve, back left for the ace. Tess earns the ace, and that'll do it here in set number 1. Gets the Northern Cass faithful on their feet tonight here in Fargo. 25-19, set 1 to Northern Cass. Our First Class Mortgage set recap is around the corner.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Let's talk about price. Yeah, we've heard it. Why would I pay more for Polar when Big Wireless is cheaper? Let's break it down. With us, you're not on hold with someone who's 3 states away. Your call goes to Kimberly, or Ashley, or Tamra, someone who lives right here. When your internet's down, we're not mailing you out a box. We're sending a real person, someone that knows your name and probably your dog's name too. So yeah, we're not the cheapest. We're the best experience. Polar Communications.
Prairie Supply has the expertise to help you tackle even the toughest jobs, from concrete and rebar to heat and winter construction services. Prairie Supply has extensive product lines with professional on-site solutions you can trust. Prairie Supply is a supplier of construction equipment and materials specializing in, but not limited to, concrete construction. Prairie Supply supporting the hard-working contractors in the field or at the drawing board. Visit prairiesupply.com today.
As we get to our set recap, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage, locally owned and operated. First Class Mortgage, more than their company name, it's the way they do business. They take the time to understand your financial situation at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. That again is firstclasscorp.com. Oak Grove led early. Northern Cass tied it at 7 and 8, and then Northern Cass would eventually balloon the lead to 20-13. Oak Grove would trim it to 2 at 20-18, but then finishing on a 5-1 run is Northern Cass here in set number 1. Lana Foster at DeVold with 3 kills to lead the floor for the Grovers. Marley Wilner with 3 kills to lead the floor for the Jags. Northern Cass with 2 aces, one by Jalbert, one by Olson with 1 service error. For the Grovers, one by Broneski, but 4 service errors for the Grovers in a match that started back at 7:23. Again, that's our set recap, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. Get in touch with First Class Mortgage on 25th Street and 13th Avenue South in Fargo, or check out their website at First Class Corp. That's firstclasscorp.com. So set number 1 goes to the Jags. Northern Cass trying to improve to 2 and 3 in the region. Well, a win here for the Grovers, trying to get to 3 and 2 here in Region 1 play. Service here for Jost to begin the second. Olsen with the pass. This one will be by Hovdenis and pushed across by Tess. Christensen near side Foster to Vold down the line for the kill. Elena with her 4th, and the Grovers take the opening point here in set number 2. In these Region 1 volleyball matches, it's been good volleyball, competitive volleyball. Lisbon able to push Central Cass a little bit in set 2 and set 3, as we'll see a 4 hit, unable to get across the net. Must be interesting to see what the matchups are all like. The nice thing with the regionals compared to what Class B was in previous years, you don't have a play-in game or a first-round game to get to the quarters. All 7 teams make the regional tournament in Valley City. It's just a matter of when and where you're going to play, as this is tipped tight. Foster DeVold gets her 5th kill. It's now 3-0. The 1 seed earns a bye on Monday, November the 10th, while seeds 2 through 7 will tango with one another. As you'll see, Jost to the service line. Grovers started off on a 3-0 start in the first, doing it here in the second. Geets in for the kill. Be her 3rd, and Northern Cass will take the side out. And the Jags will try to do what they did in set number 1, which was falling behind early but coming back and winning the set. As a service here will be by Macy Murch. Murch into the middle. Broneski with the pass. Christensen set middle. Nice kill on the way. As that one is brought to you in part by Hunt. Hunt will earn the point here for Fargo Oak Grove. Hunt, the sophomore at 5'10", service on the way here for Linden upcoming. After the second set, they will also introduce the 2025 homecoming courts here for the Grovers. Service by Broneski, nice dig by Tess. This one by Ryder, no touch, out of play, makes it 5-1. At this point, after 6 points in the first set, the Grovers led 4-2. Service, trying to help it out is Tess. After the pass there by Ryder, as the point will be here for Linden. Linden already with 2 aces on the evening. Looking to make it potentially number 3 here. Broneski floats this one. Ryder will play it. This one bumped and eventually free ball by Jalbert. Broneski with the pass to Christensen. Here comes Foster DeVold down for the kill. Able to put it between Geetson and Johnson. A quick timeout here for Coach Tice. The Grovers out early here in set number 2.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Timeouts brought to you in part Bank North as Oak Grove leads it here by 6. Took the first 3 points. Point by Northern Cass, then boom, another 4 straight here for the Grovers as they've jumped out by 6 here on set number 2 to begin things off. Again, timeouts brought to you in part by Bank North. Service upcoming here for Broneski. Linden unable to get that one across the ribbon. That was a bugaboo from a Grover perspective in the first set where they had 4 service errors. That'll be their first here in set number 2. As Reese Lavig to the service line. Lavig had that good long run for Northern Cass in the first. Part of the reason why right here is able to put that one across, makes it 7-3. And if she didn't get the ace, she had the second pass that was just unable to be really utilized for a setter to put anything in motion from the Grover offense. Lavig back to serve. Elena Foster DeVold will see this here to Christensen. Back to Elena for the kill. Her 4th of the set, her 7th of the match. It's now 8-3. Oak Grove to the service line here will be with Molly Welsh. Welsh down the line. This one off a shoulder blade of Olsen. And hitting this one across here on the 3rd is Murch. Quickly, Rosted tip. Lavig keeps it going and unable to punch that one across. Then is Murch on the 3rd attempt. It's 9-3. Oak Grove just been playing in 5-setters here the last couple of matches here for the Grovers. Well, for Northern Cass, their last match went 5. They won in Hillsboro against the Burros. Olsen from the attack line. Grover set outside. Foster DeVold cross court for another kill. That one had some sizzle on it. It's 10-3. It was the Grovers here with Molly Welsh to the service line, and Oak Grove in control here in set number 2. Welsh, however, hits this one into the net, and Northern Cass will try to get something brewing here. Down by 6 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard at 10-4 in set number 2. Service here from Jalbert. Being to the middle, Broneski with the pass to Welsh. Here comes Rosted with the tip across. Covered by the Jags off the net and eventually pushed over by Johnson with the good spot. Welsh set. Here comes Elena on top of the double but gets the kill. 11-4, and Northern Cass more times than not trying to put 2 up on the block of Foster DeVold, but right now it just does not matter here in the second set. Service here for Elena. Lavig with the pass. This one goes to the outside, off the side of the block, eventually pushed over on the Grover side. Rossid with the push. Back set. Here comes Johnson through the double of middle. Welsh with the set. Foster DeVold back row attack out of play. It's 11-5. Jags were scrappy in the first set where they just didn't allow a ball to realistically drop. That's what they look to try to continue to do here as Emma Hubdenis will head to the service line. Fury will play the front alongside with Wilner and Olsen here for the Jags. Hubdenis into the middle. Broneski set. Here comes Rosted. Was it deflected? That one was more of a line drive shot instead of going down. It was no deflection. It's 11-6. Sometimes as a hitter, you're trying to use the side of the block if you can to your advantage. Hubdenis up and over. Foster DeVold. Grover set to the outside. Here goes middle. Kept alive by Tess as it scrapes the ceiling. Hubdenis with it. And Olsen unable to put it across the net as the Grovers are doubling up the Jags here in set number 2. Region 1 volleyball coming at you here tomorrow. Valley City at Lisbon with Brent Dick in Lisbon on yourliveevent.com at 7. Kindred makes their way on I-29 to Wahpeton. And Central Cass at Mayport CG for a non-region affair. This is going to be hit over by Wilner, then pushed across by Christensen, and then we'll see a double here by Northern Cass. It's 13-6. Jags have already used one timeout here in set number 2. Service here for Geiger. Geiger to the back left corner. Northern Cass with the back set. That one little power tip, if you will, by Olsen. All of a sudden you might think of a changeup, and she kind of throws out her own version of a sweeper in volleyball. 13-7 as the service here comes for Liv. Jags looking for about a good 4 or 5 points here. Instead, they'll have their first service error of this set, their second of the match. Well, if you're Oak Grove, how much bigger can you balloon this one up here in set number 2 and try to avoid a rally here by the Jags as Christensen will head to the service line. Hunt will come on and play the front. Olsen to Hubdenis, pushing it across on the second. Broneski with the back bump. Here's a right-handed swing by Middle, down for the kill. Claire Middle gets her second kill. And a timeout here for Coach Tice on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. We'll break with them. Grovers up by 8.
Hi, we're Tommy's Express. Scan the QR code for a fast pass to a free month of washing. Our modern car wash offers a bright, open environment and a low-stress conveyor belt entry. Our signature scent, ceramic body wax, spot-free rinse, and heated blowers give you the best shine in town. Check out the wash for yourself. Washing your car is easy, fast, and fun. Visit Tommy's Express today.
And make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Whether it's after 3, 4, or 5 sets, we'll take a look at the final numbers, hear from the victorious team, and get you set for the rest of the week in our final day and now just over about 4 hours here in the month of September. Timeouts brought to you in part by Bank North. The second one here from the Northern Cass perspective here in set number 2. If you're just joining us, Northern Cass won the first set 25-19 over the Grovers, and the Grovers looking to tie things up here 10 points away in the second. Christensen with the serve. Tess with a good pass to Hubdenis. This one over on the double and gets it through. Wilner leading the floor here for the Jags with her 4th kill. Our team leading in that category. It's 15-8. Quick side out here after the timeout from Coach Tice. Northern Cass will head to the service line here for Fury. As Tice, back left corner. Christensen, this one going to be swung on and down here for Hunt. As Addison Hunt, Addie makes it 16-8. Aspen Jose now to the service line here for the DS. As Jose trying to keep the good times rolling here for the Grovers in set 2. Ryder to Hubdenis. Eventually getting over there is Wilner. Grovers, Christensen, Foster DeVold on top of the block. Hovden is set to the outside. Here goes Ryder with the push. Kept alive by Jose, but we're going to see a double here on the way from the Northern Cass perspective. It's now 17-8. Seen a couple more violations here in the second set than we did in the first from a Northern Cass point of view. But one thing is holding true. The Achilles heel for the Grovers tonight is the service line. Their 7th service error, 3rd here in set number 2. Jags tied for 5th in Region 1, albeit very early still, just about a third of the way for most teams, or just over a third here in Region 1 play. Foster to Vold on top of the double. Tess Jalbert with the right-handed swing. Speaking of a right-handed swing, it's Geetson. Another 50-50 ball goes out of play, and eventually the Jags earn the point, 17-10. Well, for the Grovers, currently in 4th. If they win tonight, they'll be tied with the Squirrels for 3rd, and just a half game behind Kindred. Foster to Vold, unable to get it across. It's now 17-11. For Northern Cass right now, 3 consecutive points. Can the run continue here for Murch at the service line? Foster to Vold says it cannot. Elena with her 10th kill. It's 18-11 as the Grovers up by 7. Service here for Broneski. Broneski with a knuckler, comes across the outside tip down the line. The Grovers with Broneski with the back bump. Foster to Vold on top of the double. Northern Cass will utilize it here for Olsen to give it to Ryder. Push across then on the 3rd. Christensen back set. Here goes Hunt to Tess. Grovers, Ryder again over on the double. Nice pass by Jost to the outside. Foster to Vold with the tip. It goes right back over on the Grovers side, and the block here by Johnson. As Lauren able to earn the point for the Janks. Service here for Northern Cass, as this will be with Reese Lavig. Lavig into the middle. Jose with the pass to Christensen. Foster to Vold. Again on the outside through the double. If you give her just a little bit of a sliver between that double, she'll take it. And Elena's done such a good job where she can go cross quarter, hit that line shot. So when you're throwing up the block, what are you willing or wanting to take away? As that will be another point, this time from the service line here. Good serve on the way for Welsh. Grovers 5 points away from tying things up here in the second. Welsh to serve. Lavig. Eventually, Jalbert free ball across. Welsh. Foster to Vold. Going to see another block again by Johnson. Well, Johnson and Geetson have done a nice job when they're able to get squared up here on the block. They will need more of that as this match continues. Tess Jalbert to the service line. That's an ace. Miscommunication with Elena and Linden in the back row. Who was going to go grab it? Tess gets her second ace of the match. 3 aces for both Northern Cass and Oak Grove here so far this evening. As Tess with the serve just over the ribbon. Foster to Vold plays it. It goes off the hoop like a Plinko chip to Jose, and a free ball over by Rosted. Northern Cass middle fury with the tip. Kept alive by the right-handed swing by Christensen. Then Jose and Welsh just nearly slid into each other. It's 20-15. Time on the floor here for the Grovers. Oak Grove up by 5. Northern Cass mounting a comeback here in the second.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota high school football and volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six for
Takes it up, played high in the air by Horkin. Here's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton. Now played high. Angle. Severson. Smash! Count! Good!
Check out the postseason schedule on yourliveevent.com.
As we are broadcasting here tonight from the Hunter Insurance Agency broadcast booth, from crop to hail to farm, commercial, and more, get in touch with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency in Hunter. Go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com. Oak Grove up by 5 with their first timeout here in the second. Northern Cass has already burned both of theirs if needed. Service by Jalbert, just over the ribbon, trying to get pancaked by Jose, and eventually it will come down for the ace. Maybe a little bit of a late whistle where it was already for the Grovers trying to play it, the second hit, but the ace here for Tess. She's got her third. Service for Tess one more time. Broneski, Welsh back set, Foster to Vold. Put it down, Elena, her 12th. 21-16, Grovers with the serve here with Elena, but a nice run by Northern Cass, down 20-12. Able to get it back within 5 here. Foster to Vold, Loving, set up, that'll be Murch, up and over by Johnson. Welsh tight, gives it to Rosted, Doug, there by Murch, back set, here goes Olsen for the kill. Good transition here for Northern Cass. They will take the point. Liv will take her second kill to second. 21-17 serve here for Emma Hovdenes. As Hovdenes to the service line, as this one will make its way to the outside middle through the block. Tess Jalbert keeps it in play with Reese Lovig. And eventually the point comes across. Nicely done there for Oak Grove with Molly Welsh. (22-17) service on the way. As Northern Cass will push this one over on the double. Grovers, where will they go? To the outside middle. And eventually the point will come down. It will be 4, 23-17. Oak Grove 2 points away from grabbing set number 2 here in a volleyball match that got underway at 7:23. As this will be a service here for the Grovers, their 8th. 23-18 in the serve here for Olsen. Olsen just over the ribbon. Welsh back set, and then it'll hit the post out of play. Northern Cass can get the next point or the next 2 points. I'd see a timeout here for Coach Johnson. Service here for Liv. The pass goes to Welsh, to the middle, and eventually the kill will come down here for Wisegram. Set point for the Grovers, as Rachel Christensen comes onto the service line. As Christensen with the running jump serve, the pass by Olsen right to Wisegram, and this will be touched, and they'll give the points here to Oak Grove. They're going to talk it over, though, quickly, and I think what Nick Tice is saying is that never touched a Northern Cass hand. It touched the ribbon and then went out. So can our 2 officials here, the one between the benches and our head official here, and if it is out, it'll be 24-20, or if it will be touched by a hand, they will give the point, and it will go to Wisegram here. That'll be her 3rd. So the second set ends 25-19 in favor of Oak Grove. Back with our set recap next here on your liveevent.com.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No, 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 no! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball size hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez.
Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro is completing post-frame buildings 80 by 80, 80 by 160, even 80 by 200. Need an addition or shop reskin? Cywick Lumber and Hardware has all materials. They'll complete to your customized building requests. Bifold doors, hydro doors for farm buildings, and metal sailed steel for durable construction. Whether it's new, an addition, or a repair, every building project can be done with Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro. All materials, all in one place. Visit or call Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro. Cooler weather is coming. Make sure your home stays cozy and efficient with blow-in insulation from Ada Building Center. Ada Building Center has received a huge truckload shipment of blow-in insulation. You'll now get better pricing and more ways to save. With every insulation purchase, the use of the blower is absolutely free. Lower your heating costs and keep those dollars in your pocket. Blow-in insulation. Now's the time to buy from Ada Building Center, Highway 200 East Edge, Ada.
As we come back here to our set recap, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. 25-19 Grovers take set number 2, in which Oak Grove led throughout after a 7-1 to start. We were in set number 2. Elena Foster DeVold with 12 kills. She had 8 in the second alone. Marley Wilner leads the Jags with 4. Tess Jalbert with 3 aces. Northern Cast has 4. Lyndon Broneski with 2. Oak Grove has 3. Northern Cast 2 service errors, so the Grovers 8. 25-19 Northern Cast in the first. 25-19 Oak Grove in the second. That's a set recap brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, get in touch with First Class Mortgage. For more info, go to firstclasscorp.com. That again is firstclasscorp.com. Aspen Jose was part of the homecoming court with Aiden Zuger, Sophie Geiger alongside Noah Meininger, Greta Castle with Alex Biswan. You saw Lindgren. That's Aubrey with Amber alongside with Beck Olvin. As we get a quick kill on the way for Elena Foster DeVold, she's got 13. And then Liv Olson was also with Leaf Jewell here, your homecoming court for the Grovers. So Oak Grove has taken the first point of every set so far. Service on the way, but that's going to be their 9th service there. And it's our first tie since it was 8 apiece in set 1 and just our 3rd here of the contest. Going forward, the question is, will we go 5 here tonight in Fargo? Christensen tight. Rosset pushes this one across. Good coverage there by Jalbert. Back set. Here goes Ryder. Right-handed swing. Nice dig by Jose off the ribbon. Christensen and Jose able to muscle that one over on the 3rd. Here goes Johnson. Jose with another dig. Broneski right in front of the student section. Free ball here by Hunt. Geetson a chance for the Jakes to use it outside to Ryder. Quickly Broneski to Christensen. Foster DeVold on top of the double. Tesh Jalbert. This one set. Back row attack by Liv Olson. Broneski down to a knee. Slides across and sliding under is Christensen. And a gritty point here by the Jakes. On the longest rally of the night to Northern Cass, and Murch to serve here for the Jags. Murch, back left corner. That'll go to Broneski. Christensen to Foster DeVold. Cross court for the kill. Tied at 2. Going back through the history with these two programs. Last year here in Fargo when they met on September the 5th of 2024, the Grovers won in 5 over the Jags. This one off the side of the double by the swing by Johnson. Rosted to Foster DeVold for the kill. 3-2 Grovers. Oak Grove up by 1 here on your liveevent.com as we'll see the service here for Molly Welsh. Welsh to the back left. Ryder thought she was running out of real estate. Had another step or two, but regardless, the Grovers will take the point here. It's 4-2. Welsh adding to her ace category here. She's got 2 on the evening. Service. Tess Jalbert, we'll see this to the outside from Murch. There's going to be a block by Rosted. Tights. Rosted earns another one. After Ryder was trying to push that one across, Taya earns the points. Now 5-2. One thing that Oak Grove has done in every match is in every set is start off quick. Up 3-0 in the first, 7-1 in the second, and here up 5-2 in the third. This one just flutters across the net. Dump opportunity by Christensen right on cue. Just saw that defense maybe going a little bit towards Foster DeVold to try to throw up the block. And Elena with the dump kill. Or excuse me, Christensen with the dump kill. She'll have her 3rd kill of the match. Serve upcoming here for Welsh. Welsh to Tess Jalbert. Geetson. Grovers outside. Foster DeVold now to Tess. Jags, Ryder over the double. Broneski with the pass. Welsh with the dump. Covered on the way. We'll see a double. Double here by the Grovers, and the Jags run the side out down by 3. Last Northern Cass win was in 2003 here in the regular season. Able to beat Oak Grove and Hunter in 4 sets, and Northern Cass swept the Grovers in 3 back in 2022 as well. All those matches on yourliveevent.com as Johnson pushed this one across. Jose with a good dig. Foster DeVold off her back heel goes short, and it still works. Maybe not what she was intending for once the ball came her way, but able to play that set and still got it across. Grovers out in front by 4. Postseason is here across the state of North Dakota with girls state golf on the western side at Hart River, as this one will be pushed over. And Broneski gets this one over on the 3rd. Jags set. Here's a swing by Olsen, covered nicely by Foster DeVold. Rosted with the kill. Teo's got her 2nd. It's now 8-3. Taking a look at the state tournament. Kindred out in front. Hart River 2nd. Oak Grove 3rd for your team results. As this will go to the outside. Middle for the kill. Makes it now 9-3 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. As the Vikings, 2 shots up over Hart River, 11 shots up over the Grovers. As Northern Cass, Olsen, free ball across. Christensen is there. Welsh with the set near side. Middle, down for the points. 10-3 and a timeout here for Northern Cass. We'll break with them on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
Timeout on the floor, brought to you in part by Bank North. They've been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To go and find out more information, visit banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Individually at State B, Layla Christensen, the junior from Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark, shot a 1 under. Lauren Mueller from Kindred is 3 over, tied for 2nd with Hudson Hubrig from the Hankinson Lidgerwood Weimar Co-op. Hudson Hubrig, a sophomore. That is your top 3 here in the state out west at the State B. Bank North timeout. Johnson going to see this one off the side of Rosted. Welsh with the bump. Rosted with the right-handed swing, kept alive here by Tess, and free balled by Lovick just over Oak Grove. Near side, here goes middle. Tess Jalbert able to earn the dig. Here comes Olsen into the back. Grovers with Rosted on the third, goes right back over. Welsh to Christensen, tip covered by Geetson. Northern Cass, here comes Olsen. That's going to be a block or 4. The point will be awarded Christensen. I'll say earns the block. (11-3), Grovers in control here in set number 3. Foster DeVold to Tess. Northern Cass comes to Geetson off the double. Welsh set outside right-handed swing. Block, Geetson puts it right back across. Middle goes down the line, covered nicely by Murch. Able to get it just over with Johnson, pushed by Rosted, and we'll see a net or a double. They'll call it a double. It's going to be 11-4. Northern Cass gets a much-needed side out. Down by 7 here in set number 3 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard in a match that's nearing the 1-hour mark here tonight in downtown Fargo. Enjoy the summer while you can over the next couple of days. 80 degrees temperature, as this will be an ace. Make it 11-5. When we get to the weekend, we might turn over to fall. See if, for those who like the 50 and 60 degree weather, if that's going to remain, or might we still stretch out a little more juice of the summer with some more 70 and 80 degree days. As we turn the calendar over to October, Geetson into the middle, Foster DeVold. This one will come to Rosted with the tip kill. Taya Rosted with the point. It's now 12-5. Service here on the way for Oak Grove will be with Geiger. Geiger to the service line. Back left corner. Northern Cass will set this one with Fury with the push. And we'll see a double here. It's 13-5. As the Grovers lead it by 8. Service. As this one will be an attack from Olsen, unable to get it across. 14-5 here in set number 2. Grovers and the Jags tied at 1, tied at 2. Northern Cass with a brief lead here in the third at 2-1, but it's been Oak Grove out in front here in the third set. Geiger continues to serve. This one back left corner. Northern Cass with the back set. This one off the fingertips, and Johnson earns the kill. Lauren with the point. Jags get the side out of the senior. Puts the ball down. As now we'll see Hovdenes to the service line. Hovdenes to Broneski. This one back set. Christensen pushes across. Fury, Hovdenes. Right-handed swing, sees a double, and eventually the block will be down here by Weisgrant. Grove 10 points away here from trying to claim set number 3. Northern Cass won the first, 25-19, then flip it with that same score, but to the Grovers in set 2. Christensen to serve. Jalbert to Hovdenes. Outside right-hand swing blocked. Able to push that to a joust. Joust won by Fury, then a net here by Christensen. Or a net, by Middle. It's now 15-7. Dig yourself out of a hole becomes a little bit tougher to climb back, but that's what Northern Cass is trying to do here. With some good serves by Olsen. That'll go to middle, to Christensen. Middle, able to free ball that over on the third. Back set, here's a swing. Good block, back on the Jakes on an attempt again by Wilner. Blocked one more time by Middle. Not once, but twice, 16-7. Service on the way here. Part of the homecoming court, the senior Aspen Jost with her and Geiger as well. Sophie Geiger, part of the homecoming court, as Olsen will check out quickly. 16-7. Service on the way for Christensen, or excuse me, for Jost. That one goes to the opposite number 1 in Avery Davidson. Grovers set middle, kept alive nicely by Hovdenis. Up and over, but out of play on the swing. Here from Mari, here from Wilner. Grovers up by 10, their largest lead here in the match. Davidson, here's a swing off the side of the block by Wilner. Foster DeVold will hit the post, that'll go out of play. It's 17-8. Jags get the side out as they will head to the service line here for Tess. And Tess has 3 aces as they will try to get a couple of free points here for Northern Cass. And we'll see a quick substitution as Gietzen will check in. Fury will check out. Service here upcoming for Tess. Jalbert into the back. Christensen. We'll see this for Foster DeVold. Little roll shot there, covered nicely by Hovdenis. Wilner gets this one across. Grovers will feed again. Foster DeVold cross court. Nice stick from Davidson. As this will be a free ball over by Jalbert. Grovers to the outside. Foster DeVold puts one down. Tess gave it her all. It's 18-8. That was a heater there from Elena as the Grovers are up by 10. Service for Broneski. Linden into the middle. Davidson with a clean pass. This one will come to Gietzen and a quick transition. Give the assist to Hovdenis. Gietzen with the kill. That'll be her 4th. And they will try to continue to feed the middles here. From the Northern Cass perspective, Gietzen has 4 kills to match Wilner here from the Jags in that category to lead the team. Macy Murch to the service line. Back right corner. Christensen set. Here goes Rosted. Good thought, but out of play in front of that Northern Cass bench. Northern Cass with 1 timeout remaining. Grovers have both here in set number 3. Murch into the middle. Jost with a good pass. Here comes Foster DeVold off the side of the block for the kill. Lena's got her 18th kill of the evening. Walsh will head now to the service line for the Grovers. Grovers looking for their 14th win of the season, trying to improve to 3-2. The Jags looking for their 8th win of the season, trying to prove to 2-3 in the region. Free ball by Davidson. Oh, what a spot in for the points. Nicely done by Avery Davidson for the junior. 19-11. See if that can maybe be the shot in the arm if you're a Northern Cass side of things. Tough one there for your Joe, so you're thinking that one's tailing away from you, goes out of play, then boom, hits the liner right in front of it. Lavig with the serve. Foster DeVold. There goes Christensen into the net. It's now 19-12. Serve upcoming for the Jags. That's where Northern Cass is a little bit of a rally as they have done throughout the course of the season. With their back so well late in this set. Welsh back set. Foster DeVold down for the point. And enough of an opening between Gietzen and Olsen, and Foster DeVold took full advantage. It's 20-12. Foster DeVold to the service line here for Oak Grove. Lena into the middle. Tess Jalbert with the pass. This will go to Murch. Gietzen off the double. Walsh near side. Here comes middle. Kept alive by Liv. Gietzen with the push on the second. Broneski, as this one will be with Christensen. Now outside, here comes Olsen. Nice little tip down for the points. Liv Olson, good spot, 20-13 Jags. Get a quick side out here. And the serve is back on their side with Geetson. Geetson down the line to Rosted. Outside, here comes Middle for the kill. And Claire Middle, she's got her 5th kill of the evening. It was just going to have been a nice option for the sophomore at 5'11" here for the Grovers, particularly when you get Elena into the back row. She almost kind of becomes that number 1 offensive weapon. Service error here for Oak Grove. 21-14. Service error on the way for the Grovers. It'll be their 10th of the match. They had 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 2 so far here in the third. Welsh, back set Christensen. Tess Jalbert, nice dig. Back set Hovdenis, this one over there by Wilner. Grovers with the bump. Here's the push across by Middle, blocked. It was on Northern Cass's side. Hovdenis set. Here comes Olsen down for the point. Liv with the kill, that'll be her 4th. It's 21-15. As we'll see it here for the Grovers. This one is tipped and a good spot on the way for Oak Grove. Here for Wisegram with the kill. It's 22-15. Service, as we'll see Oak Grove here with Rachel Christensen. Christensen to Tess. Christensen with the set to the outside. Right-handed swing is down. Middle. We'll see that for the points as Middle earns it 23-15. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Grovers lead it by 8.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
23-15, Oak Grove out in front here in set number 1 on yourliveevent.com. And right on cue, that timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. The Grovers trying to take a 2-1 lead here to go to the 4th. We know we're playing 4 tonight. It's a matter of will we go 5 or not here in Fargo. On a warm late fall or late September evening here. As the serve will be with Rachel Christensen. Christensen in the middle, Tess with a good pass. Northern Cass set outside. Right-handed swing going to be blocked. They will go outside once again. Wilner pushes this one across on the 3rd. Quickly tipped by Wisegram, covered nicely by Lavig. Here goes Fury. Broneski with the dig. Free ball over on the 3rd. Tess, Northern Cass back set. Wilner. It's still alive for a moment, but eventually the ball goes down, and Marley earns the kill. That'll be her 5th. So 23-16. Northern Cass, again, with no timeouts remaining here in set number 3. Serve on the way from Liv Olson. Olson into the middle. Christensen back set. Here goes Middle for the kill. Claire Middle with her 7th kill. It's 24-16. Service here for Aspen Jose. Jose to the service line. Running jump serve. Davidson with the nice dig. Outside rider hits the antenna, and that'll be out. Set number 3 goes to the Grovers by a final of 25-16. Set recap, that's on the way next.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of Fargo-Moorhead and the surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into selling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
Join us for the Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run, Saturday, October 4th at Oak Grove Park. Every step you take supports Grover athletes, providing equipment, travel, live streaming, and more. Register today at GroverAthleticClub.com and be part of the Oak Grove Homecoming Fun. The Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run. Let's go, Grover Nation.
Set recap brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage as set number 3 goes to the Grovers 25-16, just 2 ties in the third. Northern Cass led briefly at 2-1, but Oak Grove got that lead up to 14-5 and never looked back. Elena Foster DeVold with 19 kills so far to lead the floor for the Grovers. You have 7 for Claire Middle. Northern Cass led by the 5 of Wilner, Geetson, and Olsen with 4 apiece. Northern Cass with 5 aces and 2 service errors. The Grovers with 4 aces and 10 service errors here in this one. Northern Cass took the first, 25-19. Oak Grove took the second, 25-19, and the Grovers take the third, 25-16 in a match that's an hour and 13 minutes here this evening from downtown Fargo. That again is a First Class Mortgage set recap. Locally owned and operated. First Class Mortgage, more than the company name, it's the way they do business. For more, go to firstclasscorp.com. That's firstclasscorp.com, or stop by their location, 13th Avenue South and 25th Street in Fargo. So make your way through some dates to put on the calendar again. After this one, you have the regionals for cross country will be a week from this weekend, as they will be on the 11th in Cooperstown. You also will have state cross country on the 24th for B. A will be on the 25th. That'll be in Jamestown. November the 10th, the regionals. The Region 1 volleyball tournament this season at Valley City High School. Jost to the service line as that one knuckles across. Hovdenes back set Wilner. That'll be out of play, and the theme so far has been Oak Grove takes point 1 in every set. Grovers here with Aspen back to the service line again for the Grovers. Jost to the middle. Here comes Geetson. Out. They're asking for a touch. No deflection as it makes it now 2-0. Service here for the Grovers. Jost for the ace. Aspen with her first of the match. And it's 3-0 here for Oak Grove. Serve is upcoming here for Aspen. Aspen in the middle, tests with the pass. This one to Hovdenes, set outside Ryder over on the double. Grovers with the bump, and eventually free ball across by Hunt into the back. Good spot. Olsen plays it. Hovdenes. This one by Wilner. Cross court, no touch. It's for Love in favor of Oak Grove. So Oak Grove got up to a 3-0 lead in the first. Northern Cass eventually tied it at 7. Grovers led 7-1 in the second. Tied at 1, tied at 2 in the third, and then Oak Grove went on their run. But right now they're starting the fourth on a 4-0 run at least. Jost with the serve. This one goes to Ryder. Hovdenes to Geetson, blocked. Wisegram has a second chance. This will be out of play. The point to Northern Cass. Jags get the side out here. as they will come to the service line now with Marcy Murch. Murch with the serve. Broneski, Christensen, Foster of Old puts one down. Up to 20 kills. That's 5-1. Service for Broneski. Linden, the 5'3" junior. Into the middle. Nearly gets the ace. Free ball across by Olsen. Good spot for it. Point awarded here to Northern Cass. It's now 5-2. Grover's down by 3. Jags down by 3 here in set number 4. As Reese Lobbig to the service line. That one back right corner. Christensen set. Here goes Rosted through the double. Nice dig by the Jags by Murch. That's going to be blocked on the block by Rosted and Elena. Six to 2 Grovers. Northern Cass back in action on Thursday as they host Lisbon. Then they make the trek up to Des Lacs, Burlington for the Invitational over the weekend on Friday and Saturday. This one tipped by Geets and Grovers outside. Foster of Old will eventually take the point. It's now 7-2. Now for Northern Cass, they will be on the road this weekend for the Grovers. They'll travel to Wahpeton, have the weekend off, play Lisbon next week, then the Shields Invite here in Fargo on the 10th and the 11th. Set outside, Olsen over the double. Broneski, here comes Foster of Old, cross court for the point as it ricochets from Lovick to Tess. It's now 8-2. Hopefully everyone's all right as Tish Chalmers going to come over and talk with the official from the coaching staff point of view. They were just going to ask to see if maybe Elena came across with her hand on the follow-through. So maybe it was that reasoning of being such a good kill, as the officials will talk this one over. As that one again went off of Lovick and off the chin of Tess. As these two will talk it over here one more time, and they will still award the point to Oak Grove. So 8-2 Grovers. As everybody gets reset in the back service here for Welsh. Back left corner, Olsen, good pass. This one comes now to Geetson. Dug up by Aspen Jose, and Broneski with the left hand gets it across. Northern Cass, Olsen off the side of the block with Rosted, and eventually Foster of Old, but that'll be a double. 8-3. Oak Grove up by 5. Once you get to November, you got postseason with the Dakota Bowl, state volleyball in Bismarck. Eventually we'll get to boys and girls wrestling, boys and girls basketball, hockey as well. There's a nice kill on the way. That'll be with Rosted. As Rosted earns the point, it's now 9-3. Coming on to play in front is Claire Middle for Oak Grove. Foster of Old to the service line. Tess with the bump. This one by Olsen over. Broneski, nice coverage. Welsh with the bump. Here goes Middle down the line. Jags here with Olsen. Free ball over on the third. Christensen, Welsh set. Rosted tip. Northern Cass with Fury. Across on the second. Welsh with the dump, covered by Lovick. Northern Cass set outside. Olsen's going to be blocked by Rosted. It's 10-3. Northern Cass down by 7. Oak Grove up 10-3. Here in both the second, third, and now the fourth set. Jags back set. Here goes Johnson swinging to the net. And a timeout by Nick Tice. We'll break as well. Grovers up by 8.
Looking to tackle a big building project or a major fall cleanup? Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro has what you need. 40 dumpster roll-off boxes that are on hand, ready for rent. Need building materials? They'll deliver everything you need for your project and bring the dumpster at the same time for maximum convenience. If it's time for fall cleaning, rent a large dumpster and clear out your space with ease. For rentals of your dumpsters and building needs, your one-stop shop for your projects, Sywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North as the Grovers up 11-3 here in set number 4. Trying to defend home court tonight against Northern Cass. Northern Cass came out on a fury in set number 1. No pun intended with Faith there, as they just were very scrappy, kept the ball alive, dug out a lot in the back row, coverage in the front. And since then, Oak Grove has just kind of found their rhythm after set number 2. Here comes the fury as Faith gets that one across. Lavig with the set. Johnson over the double. Christensen. And eventually Johnson puts it down for the points. Able to get that block, 11-4. And more of that nature is what Northern Cass would like to see. Maybe get some passes out of system from the Oak Grove perspective, as that's what Northern Cass was able to do in set number 1. Hovdenes to the service line. Broneski, Welsh, Christensen unable to get that one across. Double A, A and B for volleyball this season. First time in this neck of the woods when it comes to the B ranks that will have districts in quite some time in high school volleyball. There goes middle for the kill. Claire's got her 8th of the evening. It's 12-5. District 1 tournament will be in Foreman starting on October the 30th on yourliveevent.com. We'll have audio-only coverage in Valley City for the Region 1A tournament beginning on November the 10th. November the 10th as well, we'll have Region 2A here in Mayville. Jags outside, this one over the double, as that'll be with Wilner. This one pushed by middle. Lavig with the bump. Olsen right-handed swing cross court in for the quarter play. Olsen with the kill, her 6th. 12-6, Northern Cass trails it by 6 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota at dhb.bank. As a serve will be upcoming here for Olsen. Olsen down the line. Welsh with the back bump. Broneski able to get it across and eventually earns the point. 13-6. Grover's up by 7. Whether it finishes in 4 or it finishes in 5, make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Love your ride at your locally owned Tommy's Express with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead. Service here for the Grovers. As we'll see, Faith Fury unable to get that one over. 14-6. Service on the way here for Christensen. Christensen in the middle. Davidson is there, set. Ryder able to get this one across. Christensen set middle. Here goes Wisegram. Tesh Jalbert with a great sprawl attempt alongside Davidson, pushed across by Hovdenes. Hunt off the side of the block, keeps it moving. Fury free ball over on the 3rd. Grovers, Christensen outside middle, puts it down for the point. Grovers had to work for it. It's 15-6. That's the kind of scrappiness we saw consistently in set 1, where Northern Cass just kept pushing it back over on the Grovers side. Service here for Christensen. Hovdenes with the bump. Ryder on the attack over the double. Played here by Geiger. Back set from Broniski and middle. That one double digits with her 10th kill. 16-6. Grovers up by 10. We're up 18-8 in set number 3. Middle and Foster DeVolde have combined for 31 kills tonight. Here for Oak Grove. Hovdenes tipped. Point will be down as sliding underneath. There's eventually for Fargo, Oak Grove, and Wisegram. It's 16-7. There's Jalbert to the service line. 3 of the 5 aces tonight for the Jags. Wisegram push. Davidson, nice pass. Back set. This one, able to get over from Wilner. Grovers with Hunt. Wilner covers. Hovness push over on the second. Christensen, dump opportunity. A Ryder, able to get this one over. Broneski with the bump. Here comes Hunt with the push. Tess Jalbert is there, and then we'll get a double on the hit. 16-8. Jags looking to try to make a little bit of a rally right now with Tess. There's Jalbert with the serve just off the ribbon. Here comes Middle. Jalbert with the dig. Hovness free balled over from Wilner. Grover set. Here comes Middle over the double. Davidson is there. Now it's to Ryder. A little roll shot for the points. Good volley. And eventually goes to Northern Cass. And it's 3 consecutive points here from the Grovers. As a serve will be upcoming here for Tess. Jalbert in the middle. Broneski to Christensen. Wisegram is there. Grovers. Here goes Ryder with the tip. Covered nicely on the way from Geiger. Right-handed swing by Middle. Able to earn the point. So 17-9, and the Grovers getting a little closer here in set 4. Aspen Jost, the senior at 5'5". To serve here as the Grovers are inching in on win 14 of the season. However, it'll be a service error. The good news for Oak Grove, that's just their first of the 4th. The bad news is they've had 11 service errors here in the match. As the Jags looking to have 3-4 good points. Good serves here by Murch, similar to what Tess was able to do on the last serve here for the Jags. Murch into the middle. Geiger to the middle. Here goes Foster DeVold. Davidson plays this one. 10-foot line. Ryder over on the third. Grover set again. Elena one more time. Johnson puts the block up, but then just runs into a teammate there with Murch. It's 18-10. Murch was trying to cover after the block. It's been fun to see when Johnson is on the outside with Foster DeVold. Lauren's done a good job providing a little bit of defense throughout the course of this match. Free ball here from Tesh just across to Rosted. Christensen back set. Here's a swing as Jalbert earns the dig. Davidson, oh, what a sprawn attempt, and Gietzen over on the third. Here comes Foster DeVold. Davidson again as it ricochets. Gietzen and Ryder pushes it across. Back left corner. Grover set near side. Foster DeVold, third time, yes sir, is the charm. What a volley. As the point goes here to Oak Grove. Time onto the floor. We'll break with them. Grover's up by 9.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
High school volleyball here today on YourLiveEvent.com, broadcasting from the Hunter Insurance Agency broadcast booth. I'm Chase Miller. Hunter Insurance Agency, dedicated to providing you the best support for your insurance requests from crop, hail, farm, commercial, and more. For more info, go to hunterinsuranceagency.com. Service here for Oak Grove with Broneski. Broneski with the serve to the back left corner. Jags with the set. Here goes Gietzen, unable to get it across. Makes it a 20-10 contest. Service one more time here for Linden. Linden unable to get this one across. If you're Northern Cass, you start playing the math. For every point Oak Grove gets, you need 3 in your own right. If you get 3 here, make it 20-14. You take a point, you get it right back. Try to make it 21-17 and so forth. Trying to put some pressure on the Grovers. Lavig with the serve. This one back right corner. Foster DeVold with a nice pass. Now she'll have a tap to kill this one and put the ball down. Christensen with the assist. Elena with her 23rd kill. 21-11. Some good hitters here in this region. Katie Koka with 35 kills earlier on the year. Obviously an Izzy Thompson. You take a look at what she's able to do for Central Cass. Taylor Sanders for Kindred and a host of others that we haven't even mentioned. Jags get it across with Olsen. Here comes Rosted. Puts the ball down. Taya's got her 5th kill, 22-11. And the Grovers here with Molly Welsh. As Oak Grove looking to go back-to-back here in the regular season against Northern Cass from 2024 and here in 2025. Free ball across from Olsen. Grover set near side. Foster DeVold on top of the block. Tess Jalbert is there. Northern Cass tight. And the point will be to Oak Grove. Northern Cass again out of timeouts. As the Grovers 2 points away from putting this one on ice. Serve here for Welsh. Jags with Johnson just over the tip from Rosted. Hit by Broneski. Joust. Going to be won by Northern Cass and Linden with the push over in the third. Murch to Elena. Lavig, back bump. Olsen. Nice dig by Jost. Near side, Foster DeVold down the line for the kill. Her 5th of the set. That's a match point here for Oak Grove. Welsh to the service line. As the Grover faithful are on their feet. Welsh into the back. This one will be the ace, and that'll do it here tonight in downtown Fargo. In a volleyball match that goes 1 hour and 33 minutes here this evening. Oak Grove wins it 19-25, 25-19, 25-16, and 25-11 here tonight. Northern Cass drops to 7-5 on the season, 1-4 in Region 1 play. The Grovers improved to 14-5 on the year and 3-2 in the region. Grovers led by the 24 kills of Foster DeVold. Northern Cass led by the 6 kills of Liv Olsen. The Jags back in session on Thursday hosting the Lisbon Broncos. While for the Grovers, they're back in action on Thursday down in Wahpeton for Region 1 Volleyball. Stay tuned to our post-game show coming up around the corner here on YourLiveEvent.com. Brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Love your run in your locally owned Tommy's Express. Sign up in the app for your free month of unlimited washing and make Tommy's Express Car Wash your spot. With 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead, they have the tools and the expertise to keep you clean inside and out. Post-game around the corner here in Fargo.
As an American Family Insurance agent, Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowner's insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community. One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
As we come back on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show here tonight, join us Claire Middle, also with Elena in double digits with kills. We had Claire here tonight down 4-11. These interviews brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Claire, obviously, set number one was scrappy. You knew it was going to be always a rivalry when the Jags come into Oak Grove here tonight. But what changed in set 2, 3, and 4 going forward to put the Jags away here in this Region 1 match?
I think it was the mindset and just starting, thinking it was 0-0 and just going for it.
Let's talk about the starts. You start off well in every set. You played with the lead early. What does that do for a team when you can get up 3-0, 4-1, 5-1, and just kind of keep, adding onto it in a set?
It allows us to get, energy and feel like we can keep pushing to finish.
Take us through what's it like having Elena. I mean, we had her down for 24 kills tonight in this one. When she can get going, what does that do for your club?
It gives us so much energy, and we get so excited for her, and it's just great to have her on the team.
From there, let's talk a little bit about your couple of setters with both Molly Welsh and Rachel Christensen. What kind of a rapport do you have with them throughout the course of a season in this 6-2, and what they can kind of do for you as a hitter and put the ball on the spot?
They work so hard, and they do so much for us, and they're just really great at what they do.
How fun was it not to go 5 tonight? Because last week it went 5, a couple of tight ones with Valley City and Grand Forks Central. How fun was it to win it in 4 and get back on the winning side of things here in the region?
It felt great, especially since it's our homecoming week.
Let's put a bow on that Monday. So what's the next couple days like for you here on homecoming? Anything fun from a student perspective?
We have school events like Buff Puff, Powder Puff, and then pep rallies.
Should be good. Claire, congratulations on the win. Best of luck moving forward as well coming up on Thursday.
Thank you.
That again, Claire Middle with us here in our post-game show. We'll continue with more after this here in Fargo.
Visit the new Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro. They have everything you need. Explore our large selection of quality hardware and building materials, perfect for every project. Inside, you'll find Valspar paint to brighten your home, top-of-the-line Milwaukee and DeWalt tools for every job, plus all the essentials for a successful harvest. Flashlights, glass cleaner, paper towels, scrapers, grain shovels, and more. Make your next stop Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
As we continue on our Tommy's Express Car Wash postgame show, join us here, the head coach for the Grovers. That is Angie Johnson, as again they improved to 14-5 on the season and 3-2 in Region 1 play, now tied with Central Cass, as this was the only region matchup here tonight in the region. Interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Angie, just what was working for your team. We were talking with Claire, in every set 1 through 4, you started off well. The difference in set 2 and maybe set 4, you added on to that lead, got a little cushion. What just really worked, though, early on in these respective sets against the Jags?
I think just us controlling our little errors. I think in the first set we just had one too many errors. We had four or five service errors, and then we just didn't really take care of the ball on our side of the net. So in the second, third, and fourth set, we made it a point to make sure that we better the ball and we take care of the ball on our side and then just continue to be aggressive.
It's homecoming, so let's talk about two that were honored here after the second set with the senior in Aspen Jost. You had a Sophie Geiger as well as senior. They both play back row, spunky players. Just kind of what do they provide to this year's team, Angie?
Just some consistency in the back row. I think they do a really good job of staying on their feet, getting to the ball, and then, they've played together all, Lyndon, Tegan, Kate. I'm forgetting all of our DSs because we have so many, but all of them have played together for so long that they're able to kind of switch out and then just continue to be confident back there.
As you move forward here, you got a date with Wahpeton. Enjoy the weekend, then you get back in action again next week. Then the Shields invite where you get to see some new teams. What's the biggest thing moving forward here, Angie, where you will see a lot of volleyball coming, but a nice 1 or 2 days kind of in between these matches to get you ready?
Yeah, I think we're just going to continue, obviously, to be aggressive, switch up our shots a little bit. I think, obviously, Elena and Claire hit really well. They didn't really need to tip too much, but we are going to face some bigger blocks in that Fargo tournament. I think Bismarck Century's in our pool, so we're going to see some big hands up in front of us. So just making sure that we can see that early and make the changes early and not have to call a timeout.
Yeah, Elena and Claire, 35 kills combined. Elena had 24, but Claire with 11. And when you can get Claire going, just how does that open things up for everybody else in terms of with how that rotation is at that particular point here, Angie?
Yeah, it gives us a little bit of breathing room when she can get going. Elena's not on the court or she's in the back row at that point. So I think obviously we need to keep Elena involved in the back row when she's back there, but getting Claire confident and getting her going early just gives us another level to our offense.
Hey, Angie, I know you're going to see Northern Cass again coming up a little bit later on, just like we said in the pregame. We're going to see everybody twice this season, so looking forward to it, and best of luck moving forward here throughout the year.
Thank you.
And again, Angie Johnson, head coach of the Grovers, will continue with more on our postgame show after this.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
As we continue here on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show tonight, hearing from both, again, Angie Johnson and Claire Middle as we continue on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game report. Final again, 19-25, 25-19, 25-16, 25-11. Leading the floor is Elena Foster DeVold with 24 kills. You had Claire Middle with 11. 5 by Taya Rosted. Northern Cass led by the 6 of Liv Olson, 5 by Wilner, and 4 from Gietzen. Northern Cass had 5 aces, 3 by Tess, 1 by Gietzen, 1 by Olson, 2 service errors. The Grovers had 6 aces here tonight. Molly Walsh with 3, Broneski with 2, and Aspen Jost with 1, with 12 service errors here for the Grovers. So up next for Northern Cass, they will host Lisbon. We'll have that for you on yourliveevent.com on Thursday. Then they make their way to the DLB Invite on Friday and Saturday, and they got some good competition in pool play with Thompson, Park River, Watford City, and New Rockford, Cheyenne. Well, for the Grovers, they're at Wahpeton on Thursday. October the 7th, they'll host Lisbon on yourliveevent.com, and they'll play in the Shields Invite on October the 10th and the 11th as well. It's now time to get to our player of the game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. And again is Enbridge.com. We're going to give that to Claire Middle here tonight. Anytime Elena Foster-DeVoe was in the back, as Angie said, they were able to feed Claire consistently. And in the third set, Middle had 5 of her 11 kills. She is our player of the game. Brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com. From there to our Agassiz Feature Precision Egg play of the contest in Hillsboro. That's going to be the play of Elena Foster-DeVoe. Again, with 24 kills. She was 13 better than the next closest one, which was her teammate in Middle in that category. Elena Foster-DeVoe also made 24 kills look rather simple, and she can do that in a hurry when you get 5-6 kills in a particular set here for Elena. She is the play of the game with those kills. Your local precision planting dealer, Agassiz Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. And finally, we get to our Halstead Telephone Company connection of the game, and that was the starts here for the Grovers. Again, they led 3-0 in the first set. Northern Cass did come back and take set number 1. They tied it at 7-8, but they played with the lead. And then you take a look at the Grovers. They led 7-1 in the second. They were up 9, make that 10-3 in the third. Oak Grove also up 10-3 as well in the fourth, and that really put them on the connection to win this volleyball match. Discover local reliability you can trust at Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect at halsteadtel.com. So coming up here on yourliveevent.com for the rest of the week, simply check out our website for upcoming matches. On Tuesday, Hillsboro Central Valley at Maple River. You have Climax Fisher against Mahnomen Waubun. As we alluded to, Valley City will go up against Lisbon. Also in Fargo, Fargo South, Fargo North, and you'll have Rotsam Park Christian for just a handful of the matches. On Tuesday, more volleyball. On Thursday, and then a ton of football for Friday Night Lights upcoming on October the 3rd. Again, that does it for our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game report here tonight in Fargo. Love your ride, and locally owned Tommy's Express with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead. They have the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out at Tommy's Express. I'm Chase Miller, repeating tonight's final 19-25, 25-19, 25-16, 25-11. Grovers earn the win in 4. Have a good rest of your night and join us for more high school sports throughout the week here on yourliveevent.com.